Hi YouTube, my name is Tristan Ripley and this is my new album. It is titled Greetings World, and I'm releasing it under the name Sowell and Others because there were a lot of other people who worked on this experimental project. Let me tell you something, this is going to be a very, very unique album. It's unlike anything I've ever made before, and quite honestly, it's unlike anything I've ever heard either, so I'm incredibly excited to share this to the world. Today I thought I could sit down and just talk a little bit about some of the aspects that make this album so interesting and different from what I've worked on before. Now, the first aspect that was very different about this project is the amount of people involved. I am typically a solo musician, but I wanted to challenge myself and get in contact with more people. I'm just generally the kind of person who likes to have full control and have my full expression through the art. So once other people start getting involved, it can get a little bit messy, but this time I wanted to make sure that it all went smooth, and it absolutely did. In fact, I would say that getting in contact with a lot of these musicians was very insightful. They gave me a lot of new information to learn about making music and about releasing it. Now, the second thing that's different about this project is the structure of it and how we went about making the project itself. So we did a session every day, and typically we would finish about one song on average per day. So we were recording maybe like 6-7 minutes per day about, getting that much material completed, other than the first and the last track, which were completed on the same day. Some musicians involved in the album I know personally in real life, and others I got in contact with online. So some of the material that you hear is live recorded here, and other parts of the material is recorded elsewhere and then sent to me. Another one of the unique ideas presented on this album was an idea that I had about having multiple musicians play different genres at the same time and then attempt to morph the genres together and then separate them again, and just kind of play around with these ideas of different musicians playing different genres at the same time and how those can correspond with each other. Although my music has always been pushing boundaries, I feel that this is probably my most ambitious yet, not only because of the amount of people involved, but also just because of the amount of ideas involved and the amount of time that was spent. Although this was a short recording process, the amount of time that was spent delicately making sure that every recording is absolutely, in our minds, and mostly in my mind, perfect. Another fascinating idea that's presented in Greetings World that I forgot to mention when I originally recorded this video is that the album is actually separated in half. The first half is called the yellow half. It is probably the most extreme example of my sound. It includes a lot of percussion and a lot of noise work, even close to rock at some points. Then on the other side, we have the blue side, which is the second side. This side is a lot more subtle, more ambient, and in my opinion, it contains some of my best work ever, although I find the entire album to be absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to leave you guys with a little exclusive snippet from one of the tracks from the album.